So, guys, the world and the internet cannot stop talking about the sudden demise of a US-based Nigerian cardiologist, Dr. Ikenna Erinne, who his sudden demise was announced a few days ago over the internet there, and it's just so sad that this happened to him. So I did a live stream about this incident, and yeah, people shared their comments, and I also said what I had to say. So, in case for those of you who have not been able to watch the live stream, so Dr. Ikenna Erinne was a 36-year-old Anambra State guy. He's an Igbo guy. He's a Nigerian American based in the US. He's a known cardiologist who was practicing in Maryland with almost over 11 years of cardiologist experience. And yes, my respect for people who work in that department. And it happened that Dr. Ikenna Erinne unalived himself due to the alleged informations that the court in the US um, asked him to pay $15,000 every month to his baby mama for his two children as child support. Um, at first, my condolences go to his family. Family, no parent deserves for a young child to unalive. Talk more of a grown man who is at the stage of his life to start making things, to start turning the world, to start putting his own impact out there in the world. It's so sad, and like I said, may God continue to pacify the family of Dr. Ikenna Erinne. And yes, nowadays it seems that all the people who use this social media, their art of empathy has suddenly turned to stone. They just can't give empathy in any way. There's been blames left and right. There have been blames on the deceased doctor. There's been blames on the alleged baby mama as well. There's been blames left and right. In my own opinion, at the end of the day, nobody won in this regard, especially for the fact that a life that's doing great things in the society has gone, and people are just out here with different opinions, especially fault. That is what has been passed, most especially on the demise doctor. And with that being said, Dr. Ikenna Erinne was laid to rest yesterday, and I'll drop a short video here. Okay. You guys saw from that video, there is a very, very sad one. Yes, it was laid to rest a day ago amongst his family. And so far, all I've seen, every time I go onto the internet, all I've seen so far are messages from people who have read his thesis, because in the best of my opinion, in the best of my knowledge, it's more or less like a scientist. It's into research and stuff like that. So people who have read his thesis, people who have worked with him, people who have crossed paths with him at some point in his medical field, they all have good things to say about him. People have lots of good things to say about him. And I was also watching another channel a few days ago when made emphasis on mental health. Like, guys, when mental health is dealing with somebody, you can't see it though. You can't see it with your eyes. You can't see mental health in anybody. Somebody might be perfectly dressed, going to work, doing normal things that you say, oh no, living their life, but there's no way you'll be able to tell that they are battling mental health illness. There's no way. So I think in this case, there's no winner in here, because this young doctor left two children, and it's been alleged that one of those kids is autistic. And you guys know there's another YouTuber here on here who's been sharing a story about one of our sons who is autistic as well. And looking after an autistic child is not easy. Like, in all the emotions, in all ramifications, it's not easy. And for a family whereby both mother and father, they are not living together, I don't know how they'll be able to share the responsibility of looking after such child. But having an autistic child, it's not easy. So with that being said, like I said, my condolences go to this family, and I pray that may Dr. Ikenna Erinne continue to rest in the bosom of our Lord Jesus Christ, and may this kind of disaster, or may this kind of sad news never ever be from that family again, and it should not be from my family either, in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. However, one thing I also want to discuss is that the father of Dr. Ikenna's alleged baby mama is this guy called Francis Van Leer. It was is this shameless 70-something-year-old man whom few years ago came out here to say that he wants to somehow start dropping list of the people he has shared bedmatics with since 1970. Yes, he actually, I'll put a picture here for you. He actually shared the batches, names, pictures of the women he has had bedmatics with from 1970. Please tell me what man in a sane world will come, like a man in his of his age, learned at that, will come out and start sharing that. Like maybe during his time there was no time for social media, maybe he never had a chance to access social media, but him in his late age now, he thinks that, oh, that is the best time for him to come and start doing something like that. So the baby mama of Dr. Ikenna is the daughter of this Mr. Francis Van Leer. Yoruba people always say that ìyàwó burúkú ṣe é ní, but àna burúkú ò ṣe é ní. In English, you can marry a bad wife, but you should never ever dream of having a bad in-law. I understand that they were not married, that their wedding was called off maybe before COVID or during COVID, but for the fact that they have children together, they are more or less family. So you can imagine Dr. Ikenna's alleged baby mama being the daughter of this man who came to share batches and stories of women he has kidnapped with. Like, seriously? And again, this man lacks all shades of emotions. This man lacks respect for life, because shortly after, not even long after the demise of Dr. Ikenna was announced, this man started, saying that yes, Dr. Ikenna is allegedly a deadbeat father. He was alleging that Dr. Ikenna his license was not withdrawn. He was alleging that no, it was not $15,000 that the court asked him to pay. He was alleging that it was alleging so many things. I'll put all the stuff he posted here. I'll put it out here for you. And it's so sad that this has happened, that it's not even long after that this young man lost his life. And your daughter has kids for him. At least respect those children your daughter had with him. Respect the fact that these two people, they once shared something called love. Just because that thing, love, did not work out between them, does not mean that suddenly after his demise, you started saying, in fact, to an extent, you were like, oh, thank God that he did not unalive his daughter. Like, is it? Yeah, I understand. Just like people said, I understand that he's come out here to, obviously protect his daughter, because they're, like I said, people have been tarnishing, saying lots of things towards his daughter, and saying, like I said, they've been blasting both the dead and the ex-wife, baby mama. But then, like I said, there's no winner in this game, no winner at all. So I think, in my opinion, Mr. Francis Van Leer should just go and take several thousand seats behind. He should keep his mouth shut, allow the family of Ikenna to mourn their loved one. And instead of him going about saying all those trashy things he's been saying, like the way Linda Ikeji has been going back and forth, posting those posts, I was actually thinking that as Linda Ikeji collects something in the back, allegedly, because it was Linda Ikeji that was carrying that story back to back. Anyway, with that being said, I also wanted to refer back to a guy called Clayton Udo, who said is an expert in psychological and mental abuse. So I've watched a few of his videos, and I must say that this guy is fighting a gender war. That is what I believe he's fighting. And yes, I was watching his video that he made with Daddy Freeze, and I dropped a comment there that, you know what, this thing that you are alleging, that if you go to the court and the court realize that you are not saying yes ma'am, if the court realize that an African American man is not submissive to his wife or to his baby mama, that they deal with them. So he's claiming that the custody court is not being fair on African American people. And I'm like, Mr. Man, the way this custody thing works, they look at the income of both parents. If they are both separated, they look at the income that both of them earn. And at the end of the day, it is the parent that earns the highest income that is going to pay more. If the baby mama is working, she will have her own quota that she will be contributing into the looking after the children. And the man will also, if he's a high earner, if he's earning a great deal amount of money yearly after tax, it's definitely a must that he's going to be the one to pay more. And in this case, it's been alleged that one of his child is autistic. So the care that the court would think that if both parents were together, these children will get it. That is what the court will put into consideration, and then be able to award child support. So with that being said, him saying that the court system of child support in the US is not being fair to African American, like, Mr. Man, this is a policy that has been in the US system for a very long time. So they are not just going to twist it and bend it because you're an African American. If the people that made the policies are not complaining, What is you that you came to borrow their country to live in? And like I said in the comment that I dropped, that come, if you do not think that your baby mama is, if you do not think that your baby mama is worthy of spending your money to care for the kids she has with you, why then make babies with her? Because you would imagine that, okay, this was somebody you used to love, you used to claim you love them, and then you decide to have family with them. So if you don't think that such woman is deemed or is worthy of your money, why make babies with them? And if you don't want to pay child support, pack your load and go back to Nigeria, because as it is in Nigeria, I don't think there's any court in Nigeria that is enforcing child support payment. And even that this freeze show that this guy is asked that the freeze, how much child support did he ever pay to his own ex-wife? Yes, ask him. Those of you that what at some point when that difference has dragged people here, even this Clayton Udo who is speaking here that the American court they take as much as 40% from your pay. If you're earning a threshold, like a high threshold money, if your income is high, there's no beating the bush about it. You will be the parent. The parent that is earning the more between both parents will be the one that is going to pay more. And there's a way they calculate it. If your child has no any illnesses at all, there's a way they will do calculation. I was looking at something up on social media a few days ago about how they calculate it if a child has a disability and if a child does not have a disability. There's a way they calculate these things. So like I said, if you don't want to pay child support, maybe you should not make kids with somebody you do not think that they are worth spending your money. And at the end of the day, whatever this baby mama is, if the baby mama is taking you to court, it's the court that is asking that this money be paid. So if you now don't, if you can't afford it, then you can go back to the court. There's a way of going back and forth to solve these things. So if you're now saying that the US court system, when it comes to support money or child support money, that they are not being fair to African American. Now everybody they pay child support as long as both parents are no longer together and you are making money. So if the people that implemented these policies are not complaining, what is your own African American man?
After he went to court and they awarded his ex-wife $15,000 a month in child support. There are thousands of cases like this that is happening around the United States and even in Europe, where men are being destroyed by the system on behalf of African women. And this is a classical example. He spent thousands of dollars in legal fees, wasted money, thousands. I mean, I'm talking about a process that impoverishes you. In the end of the story, you go to court, they take all your money. They're going to award the house, of course, to the woman with the children. And they're going to restrict your access to the children. You can only see them every Wednesday, every 2 weeks on a Wednesday, or maybe once a month, as the case may be. Meanwhile, the woman has no respect for you. She's assaulting you. Her whole mission is to bring you down because you're a cardiologist.
Like I said, if you don't want to pay child support, come back to Nigeria. And that the free show that you went to, ask that the freeze as is in Nigeria, how much was the child support payment he paid his ex-wife? Because like I said, to the best of my knowledge, I don't believe there's any court in Nigeria that is enforcing child support payments. So with that being said, we should stop making this about a gender-based thing. Okay, we should stop making it about that, because at the end of the day, if the court decide that this is the amount of money you should pay your child mama, your child's mother, is the court that's awarded that money. If something is not rosy for you anymore, you can always reverse the case, go back to court and say, okay, I'm not making as much money anymore. This is how much I'm making now. You know, that's how you do it. Not the one that you come here and class saying this. Like I said, a lot of people have said great things about Dr. Ikenna. So I'm not going to go further on that. However, Dr. Ikenna's alleged baby mama has spoken. Yes, she has spoken. Let me read what she said. So the alleged baby mama of Dr. Ikenna Erinne has spoken. Yes, she has spoken. I want to believe she is the one, but correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to screenshot the post and put it here. So she said, so our Instagram handle is mindful_chi_. I'll put it here. So she said there are a lot of lies swirling around the internet right now, and it's impossible to address them all. For years, I have stayed silent as I've gone through a journey of character development, resilience, and obedience to God. My children and I had a near by experience on January 26th, and we are now on a journey of healing. Those who know me know that I have always taken care of my kids 100% of the time since their respective births. Those that know our situation know that their dad hasn't even lived in the same state as us for the majority of their lives. They know that my son is permanently disabled and has been in therapy 40 hours a week since he was 1 year old. They know that I have always been the primary financial provider for my kids, always. My children and I will overcome. The worst nightmare of our lives when we beg to live for 3 hours has been flipped around to make us look like villains. I have received dozens of text messages and calls threatening my life and my children's lives. This has to stop. I have videos, I have pictures, I have police documentation of multiple incidents. I don't want to take it there. This has to stop in capital letter. Nobody knows someone like their partner. I respect the experiences and memories you had of him, and I do not seek to tarnish them. I know the truth. People that know me know the truth. What you think of me is not um what you think of me is not my business. Nigerians love gossip, but don't forget my children and I are real people trying to safely move on with our lives. We are already living through the result of years of anger and ignorance. Let's move forward with love. So that is what the alleged baby mama has come out to say. So something here that she said that nobody knows their someone more than their partner. She's actually right in that instance. Like I said, lots of people know Dr. Ikenna, but me sitting down here, I do not know Dr. Ikenna either at work or anywhere else. However, I do not think that the avenue or the character that this girl's father portrayed after Ikenna passed away, I don't think that was the right move. And just like she said that nobody knows somebody better than the other. Me that I'm sitting down here, you don't know what is going on in my own life. You don't even know the kind of solution I'm causing in my own home. So she's right in that aspect. But then for me, I will want to be remembered for the good things that I've done. So she's the only one who can tell her story, and Dr. Ikenna is not here now to tell the story. However, I would imagine that the people who know Dr. Ikenna would want to remember him for all the good things. We will to remember him for all the good things. And guys, I'm going to round up this video now. Regardless of what has happened, like I said, this lady, the alleged baby mama, does not deserve to be dragged. She has lost the father of her children. Those children will never see their father again. And a family has lost a loved one. They will never see their loved one again. And also the medical field, Dr. Ikenna's friends, all of his work, those works are not going to develop anymore, except maybe his team continue with it. But a very, very rare important person has been, their life has gone like that. And like I said, may his soul rest in perfect peace. And also, guys, we need to be checking up on our loved ones. Okay, even yourself, try and check in with yourself once in a while. If you think something is not going straight the way you want it, or it's not going the way it should be going, you can always check in. You can also always reach out to your GP and discuss with them. They will be able to tell you if you are actually going through one phase or the other. And it's not a crime asking for help. And with that being said, there's always been all of this gender wars. It's the men that do this, it's the women that do this. Yes, women come out to speak about what they're experiencing a lot. In fact, 99.9%, but men don't. Is there a reason to why this is so? If you have the answer to that, please leave it in the comment section. And in this video, I'm encouraging men to also come out and speak about whatever it is they're experiencing, just the way women are talking about it. They said it's something that you talk about that is a little bit lighter. If you bundle whatever it is you're going through in your mind without speaking to somebody, you get overwhelmed and you can do the undo. You can do what people never envisage you ever doing. So it shouldn't be that way. We should learn to speak to one another. We should learn to have somebody in our corner that we'll be able to speak to, even if when we think that, oh, that person will judge us. It's not a sin to seek for help. It's not a sin to ask for help. So guys, let me know what you think about all this things I've said in this video. Like I said, I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not here to judge Dr. Ikenna. I'm not here to judge the alleged baby mama. As for Clayton Udo, I do not agree with all you've said, because all of these things are policies and they've been in place for years. And as for Francis Van Leer, Uncle Agbaya, Baba, go and rest. Let this family mourn. And I'm sure your daughter is hurting as well. Stop all these things you are dropping on social media. Stop it. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. At the end of the day, your daughter has kids with this man, and you can never erase that. You can never ever erase that. Anyway, guys, this is the end of my video. Let me know what you think about all the things I've said in this video. If you agree with me, fine, drop your comment in the comment section. If you have any other suggestions, like you have your own opinion that you want to drop them as always, and please be respectful with it. And also, let us continue to show empathy. This is somebody we don't know. But for the fact that their life is no more, let empathy be one of the things we practice more often. Anyway, guys, much. If you watched this video till now and you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you've not yet done so, turn on the post notification, share this video, and also do not hesitate to join my membership, and I'll have to catch up with you in my next video. All right, bye for now. Bye.